I watched Candace Owens' 50-minute podcast titled Here's Why It's Time for the Police to Question Erika Kirk, so you don't have to, although I highly, highly suggest that you do. I've got my notes right here for you guys, so let's get into it. She starts off by saying, straight to jail, for questioning at least. She says she does not care who's mad or upset about this podcast episode. She said Erika's asking her to be an idiot, and she cannot do that. She starts off by saying if the roles were reversed and this was Charlie whose wife was assassinated and there were this many lies about the offing of his wife, he would be in jail by now. She said the amount of evidence is akin to an NBC Dateline episode, but this is more simple. And then she starts her Blue's Clues analogy, which becomes the kind of central theme of this episode. She's basically saying that children could figure out this mystery. Then Candace starts explaining who Tracy Martin is. I'm going to need you guys to follow me a little bit here. So Tracy is Erika's best friend, okay? Now, Tracy has a daughter, and the daughter is Erika's assistant. So, Tracy and her daughter told people they had a bad feeling about going to UVU. Now, she starts bringing up various facts, like Charlie texted a group of people the day before that he's abandoning the pro Israel cause, then has an hour-long emergency Zoom call with a rabbi at 4 a.m. Israel time. Erika says that the chat wasn't a big deal and that the call was to help with talking points for a chat at the college. Candace isn't buying that because why would Charlie need talking points to talk to college students when that's what he does for a living? She goes on to say that what we know is Charlie concludes the call with Josh and the rabbi and texts Dan Flood, his security chief, and Andrew Colbeck saying they're going to kill me. Also notes that during this time, Charlie had a Catholic priest pray over him as well. Candace goes on to say that Erika is claiming that he didn't have any fear the night before and that he was up because he was high on life, going to UVU, and he was just so excited. And she goes on to say that Tracy Martin and her daughter did have fear, though, and they do not go to the event. She brings up two really good points about Tracy Martin. One, why didn't she tell her best friend, whose husband was still going to this event, about her fear? And two, why didn't Erika question that her assistant wasn't going to be there that day when she was supposed to be there? Candace really wants to know why either of them wouldn't tell anyone else that they were not going to UVU that day. Why did they keep that to themselves when Tracy apparently had this overwhelming feeling that something bad was going to happen? Now we get into the Blue's Clues paw print number 1, which is the Superman neck lie. This is regarding Erika's suggestion of the surgeon saying that he had Superman neck, which ended up being found not true. Then we have paw print number 2, which is Erika lied to Glenn Beck about Charlie having not sent text messages the night before, various people signaling that he thought he was going to be unalived. These messages were confirmed to be true, and Candace said she does not like when people lie to her face. Paw print number 3. So paw print number 3 is Erika was at the meeting of the Hamptons with BB, I don't want to butcher their last name, called and offered to take Turning Point to the next level, but she cannot remember that particular detail. After showing us the third paw print, Candace said, we could do more paw prints, but this is a toddler show. I should be able to take out my handy dandy notebook and a picture should be emerging. She goes on to talk about Megyn Kelly and how she had her back for wanting to tell the truth. She brings up a creator on TikTok, which had a lot of interesting things to say. I'm going to play a clip of that for you now.
To the Charlie Kirk investigation. Let's get into it. So after Charlie Kirk had passed away, we started seeing these articles pop up, which made me dig into Erika Kirk, and I found the Romanian Angels stuff. That video blew up, but I didn't have any lawyers sent after me. Instead, it was private investigators asking how I found this information, asking me to send them links. I knew at that point that I was on the right track, was suspecting that Erika Kirk could be involved in something bigger than what we're being told. So I've kept digging, because in every homicide investigation, a potential suspect is the spouse, especially when they have so much to gain, right? Now, this article that was posted shortly after Charlie Kirk's assassination by USA Today states that Erika Kirk worked as a real estate agent in New York City for the Corcoran Group. So if we're to believe the story that she works as a real estate agent for the Corcoran Group, then her boss would be Pamela Liebman, because Pamela has been the president and CEO of the Corcoran Group since 2000. At least that's what the public has been told. Now, in this Epstein document that's doing an official name search and alias for Lynn Forrester, aka Lindy Rothschild, it states that under her work affiliations that she is the Corcoran Group Inc. president. And it even shows her email, which is redacted. Now, this is a bit of a tinfoil hat conspiracy theory, but if Erika was involved in anything sketchy and she needed to receive payment, Having her work for the Corcoran Group as a real estate agent would be a very easy way to launder money, right?
To start to get into the story about Erika and Charlie meeting. And apparently, the story that everybody knows to be true is that Erika had a job interview at Turning Point, and Charlie said, "I'm not going to give you a job, I'm going to date you." Now, we know Candace was friends with Charlie, so she was introduced to Erika when Charlie started to meet her. And she says that she was never told that Erika worked in real estate ever, not one single time. Candace was told that Erika was working in fashion, working on a Christian fashion brand. Finds it very odd that Erika's only had one listing ever at this very major real estate firm that she apparently was working for. She is calling for anyone that went to school with Erika because she cannot find anyone to confirm that. She also talks about the two people that were fired from Turning Point, Aubrey and her fiance. The fiance was coming home one day after being fired from Turning Point and found someone taking photos of their car, their license plate, their home. When they were questioned, they said they worked for a law firm. Very sketchy, obviously. Candace says that she has nothing to lose and everything to gain by telling the truth. She says that if you have a platform or if you don't, you should always side with the truth. She says she wants people to stand up to others and stand up to the bullies. In her concluding statements, she says she feels like we have the devil by the tail and she wishes Charlie could be here to see that. She said she's happy that he died with his soul intact. Answers some comments and speaks on Gaza. She shows horrible, absolutely devastating videos of the destruction that has happened in Gaza. Says that you should not let your sons go into the military. She's very clear about that messaging. And then the last statement she makes, she said, "I will retire from podcasting if you admit what you did." She's obviously talking to Erika Kirk there, but that was pretty powerful. One thing I wanted to add in here too that she said was that she misses the ignorance she had of thinking she could change things based on who she voted for. Damn. So, yeah, that was a lot, very powerful. Like I said, I do think you should go watch the original podcast. I think Candace is right. I think we are going to see something very shocking come out very, very soon. Be sure you're following along. I will keep you guys updated as all of this starts to unfold.